Emotions on, news and fire before the dawn. Headlines drop and the stories roll. Start your day with the morning roll. The morning roll. The morning roll. The morning
All right, here we are. Welcome to Morning Roll. Ryder in the chair. You know what it is. We're digging into everything that matters in the world of online sports betting and casino. And trust me this morning, we've got a full slate. So crack the knuckles, cue the coffee, and let's roll. Let's kick it off with March Madness because, let's be honest, this ain't just a tournament. This is the event sportsbooks have been circling on the calendar since January. After getting smacked around during NFL season, underdogs running wild, public bettors feasting on parlays, the big books are hoping the madness lives up to its name. In their favor this time. The American Gaming Association is throwing out a big number, over $3 billion expected to be wagered legally. That's up nearly 15% from last year. So yeah, the handle's growing. The appetite's there. But the real question? Can the books win? And don't forget, last year wasn't exactly smooth. A lot of books ended Q1 with negative hold. Too many upsets. Too many favorites busting brackets early. Operators are coming into this one with more caution. Expect to see tighter lines, risk management going into overdrive, and maybe fewer no-sweat bet refunds flying around. They need margin, not just volume. And behind closed doors, you better believe everyone's hoping Duke and Houston make deep runs because if Cinderella shows up again, some of these ledgers are going to need CPR. Now, let's talk about what's going down in college sports land. The NCAA is once again begging the industry to shut down college player prop bets. Charlie Baker, the prez, he's sounding the alarm. And this time, it's louder. He's saying the harassment of student athletes is getting worse, and it's directly tied to prop betting. Think about it. You bet the over on a point guard's assist total, and he finishes with 5 instead of 6. What do? If you're rational, you shrug. But if you're unhinged, you flood his DMS, you flame him on social. That's what they're seeing, and it's brutal. We're talking kids here. College athletes, not pros. 19 out of 38 states still allow these props. Baker wants them gone, and he's getting louder ahead of the tournament. They've even dropped a PSA telling fans not to cross the line. And here's the thing. It ain't just the NCAA anymore. Lawmakers are starting to pay attention too. If that momentum keeps building. Don't be shocked if sportsbooks start preemptively pulling these markets just to stay ahead of the heat. Now, while we're over here fighting for integrity in college sports, prediction markets are just sneaking in through the side door. Polymarket, Kalshi, ever heard of them? You will. These are platforms where people can bet on, well, almost anything. Will there be a government shutdown? Will a celebrity get divorced? Will Taylor Swift go to space? Whatever. And here's the wild part. They're not regulated like sportsbooks. They're classified more like commodity exchanges. That means they can operate across all 50 states. And yeah, they're already building user bases. At the next summit in New York, this was the hot topic. You had executives from traditional operators sweating it out. These new players aren't bound by geofencing, app store restrictions, or state-by-state licensing nightmares. And they're offering the kind of engagement today's users love. Fast, social, offbeat, and wide open. Are they legal? Kinda. Are they dangerous for sportsbook market share? 100%. And if you're not watching how these markets evolve, you're sleeping. All right, let's pull back to something a little heavier. NPR dropped a piece this week that hits where it hurts. Basically, the risks of legalized sports betting are a lot bigger than most people realize, and we're not doing nearly enough to deal with it. Here's what they're saying. 38 states have legalized sports betting since 2018. Millions of users, billions in handle. But what about the other side? What about when that casual bettor starts chasing losses or betting through insomnia or feeling that pit in their stomach when they realize they blew rent money on a teaser? The experts they spoke to are saying the infrastructure to deal with problem gambling just isn't there yet. Most states are playing catch-up, and a lot of platforms are still treating responsible gambling like a checkbox, not a core design principle. That needs to change. It's not about killing the fun. It's about making sure people stay in control. Because if we don't get this right now, we're going to be having a way harder conversation in 5 years when the backlash starts. All right, let's lighten it up a little. AI is getting in on the madness too. ChatGPT, Gemini, a few other bots, all out here making bracket picks. Duke, Kansas, Houston, Purdue, all the usual suspects showed up in their Final Fours. But here's the thing. AI doesn't feel pressure. It doesn't know heartbreak. It's not watching a buzzer beater flip its fate. That's the soul of March Madness. You can crunch all the data you want. No model can predict a coach calling a timeout they don't have or a walk-on dropping 20 points out of nowhere. So sure, it's fun, but don't let a bot pick your bracket. That's on you. Now, before we wrap, let's hit Maryland. Quietly, they're doing something smart. Lawmakers there are going after online sweepstakes casinos, the ones that call themselves free-to-play, but end up feeling an awful lot like real money slots. A bill moving through their house would shut down unlicensed operators who use sweepstakes mechanics to mimic casino play. This might sound small, but it's actually a big deal. Because Maryland ain't alone. There's a growing list of states looking to tighten this stuff up and close the loopholes. For legit operators, this is good news. Less gray market noise. For the sketchy offshore guys, it's a warning. Regulation's coming, and it's coming with teeth. That's your morning roll for today. Industry's moving fast, and we're going to stay right on its heels. If you're digging the show, hit subscribe, leave a review, or shoot me a topic you want to break down next. Until next time, I'm Ryder, and this has been your morning roll.
March Madness, we're ready to ignite. Shooting for the stars, we'll take flight. Nights in, outs on, levers in, tods on. With the crowd cheering, hearts in a race. Pressure that was on, I would use that spade. Can't stay, I would go on, I would demo every shot. It's a lyrics that he found till we drew like a May. Baby, please out, that's a physics. March Madness, we're ready to ignite. Shooting for the stars, we'll take flight.